The Petroleum Industry Governance Bill is the first part of the Jinxed Petroleum Industry Bill, the PIB, to be passed by the Senate. First introduced in the National Assembly in 2008 and was passed at least once by the House of Representatives, but never by the two Houses of Parliament. The Senate passed it for the first time on Thursday and now expects concurrence by the House. In effect, the assets and liabilities of the NNPC will be split between two new companies, namely the National Petroleum Company, the NPC, and the National Petroleum Assets Management Company. Will the bill provide a governance and institutional framework for Nigeria's petroleum industry? How will this tackle allegations of deep-rooted corruption in the State Oil Corporation? We do have data fields that are coming through in one place simultaneously on all our social media platforms, channelstv.com. and on youtube.com/channelsweb. You can follow us right now on m.channelstv.com. We've got all our platforms and social media covered. Be part of the show. Tweet at Gimba Umar CTV and use the hashtag State of the Nation to air your thoughts on the subject. 6 senior secondary school students of the Lagos State Model College, Igbonla, in Ekere area, were kidnapped by unknown gunmen. The police believe that the kidnappers are members of a militant kidnap gang that had carried out several kidnappings, armed robbery, and the killings of security agents around Lagos and Ogun State. But is the state government able to take the criminals at bay, in spite of a law that prescribes a death sentence to the kidnappers if a victim dies in their custody? What if the government take the war to the kidnappers? What then? Bank accounts and properties traced to a former special advisor to Dan Abia, a former managing director of the Niger Delta Commission, the Development Commission, the NDDC, George Turner, have been confiscated by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, the EFCC. The takeover was completed on May the 25th following a temporary forfeiture order granted the commission by Federal High Court sitting in Port Harcourt, the River State capital. One of the properties recovered by the forfeiture order is a massive, complete building known as Kolo Villa. We're going to talk about that in just a moment. It's prime time in Abuja, and this is State of the Nation. Welcome everyone in Nigeria and the rest of the world. I am Gimba Umar. Data feeds are still coming through in one place simultaneously on all our social media platforms. Be part of the show. Tweet at Gimba Umar CTV and use the hashtag State of the Nation to air your thoughts on the subject. The Niger Delta Development Commission, the NDDC, is the federal agency saddled with the responsibility to develop the Niger Delta region comprising of 9 states. That's much. At many times, though, corruption allegations have fallen on the corridors of the Commission, the latest being the arrest of a former NDDC official and his property seized. The Managing Director of the Commission, Nsima Ekere, joins me now on State of the Nation to look at the many sides of development of the Niger Delta region. I want to thank you so much indeed for coming on State of the Nation at this time.
Thank you.
Let's begin with the master plan for the NDDC. You did have a regional development master plan, which was launched in 2007 with a lifespan of 15 years. It's almost ended now. How much of that plan has been executed?
Well, Gimba, let me first of all thank you for having me. And I think I'd like to start by saying that the mistake a lot of people have made is thinking that the Niger Delta Development Master Plan is an NDDC master plan. No, it's not. It's actually a plan for the entire Niger Delta region, the 9 states of the Niger Delta region, and is a plan that's supposed to guide the activities and the development plans of the federal government agencies in the region. You have the Ministry of Niger Delta, you have NDDC. It's supposed also to guide the state governments in the region, the local government areas in the region, the oil and gas companies operating in the region. And of course, you know, there are a lot of oil and gas companies and the international community, international development agencies that are interested in the development of the Niger Delta. So the development master plan is supposed to be a document that guides the development from all of these agencies, not just the NDDC. I think the problem was that there was no proper buy-in from all of these stakeholders, from all of these development points, the state governments, the local governments, the oil companies, the international development partners working in the Niger Delta. That buy-in was not there. They didn't own the plan. And so none of these agencies would really be said to have been working according to the plan. And I think that's what has been responsible for the non-prosecution of the agenda of that plan. A lot has been done, I will say. I mean, of course, if you go to a sum total of what all the state governments and all the local government areas, the oil companies, and NDDC, and the Minister of Niger Delta, and all the other agencies have done in the region in the last 10 years, a lot has been done. But of course, a lot still
can be done.
Can be done.